Hello, everyone. Going to go ahead and get started with the week 4 housekeeping items. A lot of this is going to be very similar from the first 3 weeks, but like to make sure everybody's on the same page as far as the expectations inside the class. So we'll talk about feedback on the homework and quizzes. Assignment 1.2, your final score should be posted inside the class portal gradebook. We'll talk more about that here later in the presentation. Well, feedback for discussion 2.1 should have been there at the beginning of week 3, but just to reiterate, there was no graded forum for week 3. There is going to be one for week 4 here. So we'll talk about the honor practice test. That remains open through the last day of class to help you prepare for the proctoring service for the final exam. We'll talk about what's involved with week 4's discussion. This is a graded forum for this week worth 15 points. And we'll also talk about instructor availability throughout week 4 of the class. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, just like the first 3 weeks, homework quizzes, practice midterm exam, open the first day of class, remains open through the last day of the class. So homework is practiced through mastery. You can do the homework an unlimited amount of times during the 11 weeks. Quizzes can be taken up to 3 times with the best score of those 3 attempts being recorded to the class portal gradebook. All of those automatically transfer to the gradebook. So as you're completing these homework and quizzes, the midterm exam, the practice midterm exam, the practice final exam, all those guys get automatically updated to the class portal gradebook. Now, again, cover this the first 3 weeks, but just to reiterate, if you need a refresher in terms of getting feedback on an assignment, how to complete a homework or a quiz problem, or if you still have not enrolled into My Math Lab, this video is included inside of the announcement. So I strongly encourage you to take a look at this if you have not as of yet. This is where you obtain the detailed feedback on any homework, quiz, midterm exam, practice midterm exam, and practice final exam inside of the course. So if you watch this video, it goes through the step-by-step on what needs to be completed on that. Okay, assignment 1.2, that Math Resource Center assignment. This guy is closed. You no longer can submit this particular quiz. If for some reason you did not do it, it's not the end of the world. It's only worth 5 points out of the total 1,000. But as I made mention in week 1, week 2, and week 3's housekeeping announcements, that this would only be open for the first 3 weeks or 21 days of the class. So again, if you did not complete it, unfortunately, there are no additional extensions due to the dynamics and process that's set up with this particular quiz. So as of now, you should see your final score on this respective quiz out in the class portal gradebook. Okay, feedback on discussion 2 was done at the beginning of week 3, but again, week 3's discussion was not graded. Week 4, the one you're working on this week, is a graded forum. However, just to reiterate, discussion forums cannot be made up. They're only open for the 7-day window between 12 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday through 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time on Sunday, daylight savings time or standard time, depending on the time of the year. So again, this was communicated in great detail in week 1 and week 2's videos out there. Honor practice test, again, just to reiterate, this isn't something that's important to be done before week 11 gets here. If you haven't completed it, I strongly encourage you to take a look at how to complete this assignment. This is going to be the mechanism that allows you to take the final exam via the proctored environment. So if there's questions, now we have the time over the next 7 weeks or so to get that resolved, either with technical support or through the instructor, so that we're not at the end of week 11 trying to figure this out. So again, please use good time management. If this is something you haven't done, I strongly encourage you to take a look at If there are issues either with hardware, software, your microphone, your camera, etc., let's get that resolved now versus waiting until the last week of class. Next item, week 4 discussion. Just like week 2, it's worth 15 points. Opens 12 a.m. Mountain Time on Monday, closes 11:59 p.m. Sunday. Not opened early, not accepted late. Same song, different verse as in week 2's discussion forum. Initial post is worth 9 points. It must be done by Thursday at 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. Timekeeper is the class portal, as we'll see on the next slide here. But again, your initial post must be in by Thursday. Your 2 quality responses must be in by Sunday, as we took a look at here on this slide. So again, nothing's changed relative to week 2 in terms of this graded forum. So 9 points for the initial, 2 for each quality response. 9 plus 3 plus 3 gets us to 15 points possible on it. Again, D2L is the class, the official timekeeper. You wait until late Thursday night, and it posts at 12:01 a.m. on a Friday. The initial post doesn't count. It will account for one of your responses, but it would not count as your initial post. So if you do wait until late Thursday night, you do run the risk of those 9 points not counting. So as I alluded to week 2, and we'll continue to do over the next weeks, please use time management so that you're getting that post in either on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or early Thursday evening. So you're not waiting until the last minute and running the risk of that not being in on time. The placeholders we've talked about in the past, the hello posting for attendance, the ellipse, etc., doesn't count. You will get that email back from me with a screenshot saying the post has been deleted, along with that the attendance does not count as a result of that. So again, you must put quality into that initial post. Doesn't have to be exactly accurate, but again, put forth the effort. Just don't do a placeholder there. It's not going to count for points, and it will be deleted. Okay, again, you must make that initial post first. We've addressed that before. So again, just to reiterate, and then the quality of the posting on your responses. The 1-sentence blurb on the first or second quality response of, hey, you did a good job type thing. I want some quality in terms of those respective responses. Provide examples. You're going to be doing some conversions here. Come up with your own example as part of your response. Maybe you're doing a conversion from Fahrenheit to Celsius. Go the other way with it, Celsius to Fahrenheit. If you're showing the math as part of the response, i.e. that math-centric side of things, you will typically get full points on that response. If you do the 1-sentence blurb on a response, going, hey, you did a great job on it, 1-sentence blurb, you're not going to get points on it, as I've announced since day 1 inside of the course. Okay, so let's take a look at what's involved here in terms of the week 4 discussion. So I'm going to come out of my PowerPoint, and I'm going to come into the class portal. Let's go into this. Okay, these are a series of conversions. You're going to see a lot of this inside of week 4's homework assignment, where you're going to be doing a conversion from one unit to another unit. This is kind of your template in terms of what's involved with the corresponding conversion. So how do you know which one you're going to do? Well, the answer to that is down here inside this PDF. Very similar to week 2, I assigned a problem or a series of values to use by the first letter of your last name. Same deal for week 4's discussion. If your name is Bugs Bunny, get my pen here going. If your name is Bugs Bunny, you're going to do the conversion of convert 19 yards to centimeters. Michael Weeman is going to do convert 8 miles to yards. Elmer Fudd, F for Fudd at the last name, first letter of the last name, 57 miles to feet. So this chart, based upon the first letter of your last name, is going to determine what you're going to do inside your initial post as far as the respective conversions. So as an example, I'm going to do a conversion of 25 yards to centimeters. I don't want to do one that's out there because I want you all to respond to your own, but let me clear my drawings. I'm going to come back into the post here. So I want to go from, I don't remember what I just said on that, but let's go 25 inches, and I want to know how many centimeters, for example. Well, inside of this chart here, I need to find out what involves both inches as well as centimeters. And down here, you'll notice that that conversion there, 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. So here's how this works on this. And again, if you look at the Homework 4's video, we do a whole plethora of different conversions that are out there. But this, just as an example, this would be what you would include as part of your initial post. So in this case, you would start out with the 25 inches, a times and a bar, and I need to get rid of inches. So I'm going to put the 1 inch on the bottom and the 2.54 centimeters. Now at this point, the inches cancel each other out, and my resulting value is now in centimeters. Since both of those values are on the top, if I pull out my handy dandy calculator here, and I take 25 times 2.54, I end up with 63.5 centimeters. So as your initial post, what you're going to do is you're going to include inside the body of your response of your initial post, I want to see that. I want to see the corresponding conversion that you were assigned. So in other words, you need to determine 25 inches is how many centimeters. I want to see the arithmetic that's involved to get from inches to centimeters. So everything I did there relative to the conversion is what I want to see. Full credit involves showing that step as well. So again, that's what I'm looking for to get to the full 9 points on this respective initial post. As like before, I would potentially, if it's Monday through Thursday, I will reply back to you with a follow-up question. You can use that as one of your responses. You can respond to another student doing a similar type of example to get the 3 points. You can also pull a homework problem from week 4's homework and use that as one of your responses as well. So giving you the tools that you need to ensure you get to the full 15 points on that discussion. So let's go back to the PowerPoint. And then last but not least, availability for the week. Monday through Friday, I'm typically available inside the class portal. I will respond to any questions or concerns within 24 hours. After Saturday morning, typically Saturday afternoon / Sunday, I'm not available. Any correspondence received during that time, I would respond to first thing Monday morning. And the email is the best way to get a hold of me, the mweeman@national.edu. You can also leave me a voicemail as well. That will generate an email back, and I will respond accordingly. Let me know if there's any questions on what's involved with week 4. Thanks.